nowhere.
Yep.
They're
Isolation.
So therefore maybe not up to date with information, but then still close
And the whole town being a little down at the heels. So working class and not a lot, very working class.
But it's in the fact that, you know, small towns, it can either go pear-shaped and they can all gang up on you, or they can just include you all, and it can turn into a really loving thing like this.
Yes, and out of 1 out of 100, how many times do you think it goes well?
It depends what it is. I don't know. I thought this story was done beautifully.
I thought it was a lovely fantasy.
It looked great. I thought all the actors made you feel that it was real, and it was great and everything. So, yeah.
That's very interesting.
Is it? Can I tell you something that I didn't want to tell you?
Go on.
But you can't use this against the movie.
Go on.
The director is Craig Gillespie.
No idea who he is.
He's an Australian.
I don't view this as an Australian movie.
Okay, good.
No, it's not.
Normally you knock points off for that sort of thing.
No. You need to tell me this sort of stuff because it does help. Because it does help inform why there is that little dark tinge in there.
Okay.
But it's
There's
not. I don't believe it's an Australian film. It's in America. It's by Americans for the most part. Yes, there's one Australian director involved. It had an American feel.
There's Americans. There's Australians. There's Emily Mortimer's English. Ryan Gosling's Canadian. So it's multi. Everyone getting together and making films multi. I like that.
Yes, a joint effort.
Yes, I like that.
Now, can I ask?
You got that look on your face.
Oh,
like you're going to ask something really hardcore, and then I'm going to have to really think about it.
Pip, what score would you give it?
I give it an 8. I like the film.
You liked it that much?
I really enjoy the film.
Okay.
This is not my first time I've watched it.
No. I think it's probably one of those films. Pardon me. I think it's one of those films that will grow on you like lichen. And the more you watch it, or the more you're forced to watch it, the more you'll like it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was beautifully done. It didn't grab me by the soul, though. I have to be. I thought it was quite funny. I thought it was well rehearsed and well exercised. Maybe I need to start again.
Try that. Do you want to cut that?
Well executed. I'm not drunk either.
That's
it's the
problem.
middle of the day. Well executed. I thought it was very well executed.
So how many stars would you give it?
I would give it a 7.
Ooh, I gave it more stars than you did.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. As I said, and I don't believe it's because of the subject matter. Again, it was in the snow, and so I felt a bit cold.
You've got a thing against snow films, don't you?
I don't like them.
Oh.
I don't like them.
I don't like them.
Don't like them.
Okay.
Well, I'm an Australian, for God's sake. If it's not like 43 in the shade...
Oh, the next film I picked's got to screw with you then.
Oh, dear. Okay.
So that's 7 stars from Paul. And
it's not Flight of the Phoenix, is it?
That's 7 stars from Paul and 8 stars from me for Lars and the Real Girl, and we think you should watch it.
People, she's not going to tell me what... I'm going to be punished for last week.
Anyway, Paul, your magic movie moment for this week.
Yes, it is. Now, last week, just as a beautiful re-entry, last week you finally decided to show up. And so...
Yeah, that was a week ago. Get over it.
Unlikely. And so you were punished with Redux Apocalypse Now.
No, your magic movie moment. We're not talking about the film.
No, I know. I'm leading up to it.
Oh, gosh, okay.
So today, when we discuss it, I thought I'd use a small section out of the film just to set the tone, because I think this is a very, very powerful scene done by one of the true masters of cinema, and that's Marlon Brando's soliloquy.
I've seen horrors that you've seen. But you have no right to call me a murderer. You have a right to kill me. You have a right to do that. But you have no right to judge me. It's impossible through words to describe what is necessary to those who do not know what horror means. Horror. Horror has a face, and you must make a friend of horror. Horror and moral terror are your friends. If they are not, then they are enemies to be feared. They are truly enemies. I remember when I was with Special Forces. Seems 1,000 centuries ago. We went into a camp to inoculate some children. We left the camp after we had inoculated the children for polio. And this old man came running after us, and he was crying. He couldn't say. We went back there, and they had come and hacked off every inoculated arm. There they were in a pile of little arms. And I remember I cried, I wept like some grandmother. I wanted to tear my teeth out. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I want to remember it. I never want to forget it. I never want to forget. And then I realized, like I was shot with a diamond bullet right through my forehead. And I thought, my God, the genius of that. The genius, the will to do that. Perfect, genuine, complete, crystalline, pure. And then I realized that they were stronger than me because they could stand it. These were not monsters. These were men, trained cadres. These men who fought with their hearts, who have families, who have children, who are filled with love. But they have the strength to do that. If I had 10 divisions of those men, then our troubles here would be over very quickly. You have to have men who are moral and at the same time who are able to utilize their primordial instincts to kill without feeling, without passion, without judgment. Because it's judgment that defeats us.
You know, when I was hearing that and I was putting it all together and I heard the fly flying around, all I could think of was the Karate Kid with the chopsticks, grabbing it and going, ha, beginner's luck.
In the film, Kurtz actually does, there's a scene where he catches a fly and then releases it.
Yep.
I have you. Boom.
All right, I guess I'll kick this off, shall I?
So this
first of all, I just want to say before we get stuck into this.
You got a trailer for it?
Well, I do actually have a trailer.
assume
I just want to make a blanket apology for Lars. I just feel there's guys, no, hang on, let me just get this out. there's a lot more to this film than what I spoke about. And we just had a conversation while we were listening to Marlon Brando wanking on. And it really is worth watching. I genuinely recommend for people to go and watch it because they'll get a great deal out of it. And I was being a little dismissive of it, and I shouldn't have been because I did enjoy it. And I'll still stick with 7.
Do you notice when I say bad things about a film, you're on me while people are listening and you're going, oh, Pip, rah, rah, rah. And I wait till when I want to bag you out about your score or what you've said about a film, I wait until nobody's listening. I go, now, Paul, I expected you to say this. Why didn't you talk about this?
I'm not feeling that well today.
But did you notice when you do it so everyone can hear, where I do the polite thing and wait till no one can hear you and then I go, blah, 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 blah.
Pip.
Yes?
We have both established that you're a nicer person than I am. You are the better friend. I am not. And so if I can...
I didn't show up the other week, so I can't be that good a friend.
No, that's true. Or podcaster.
That too. No, I accept that. I'll take that.
All right. Okay.
I'll take that.
Okay. Apocalypse Now.
The long version.
The extra long version.
It's the Redux? Is that what they call it?
The Redux. It's redirected. Redone.
Re-edited.
Extra links extended.
Extra bits.
Okay, before we get into the extra bits...
You're going to put a trailer on?
Yes, we were sitting down and we worked out earlier before and said we have the best... we can't do it this week, but the next... Check in next week because we have just going to have the best movie magical moment next week.
Well, don't give it away.
I'm not going to. I'm not saying anything about it, but just check out next week. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be really good.
Better than this week.
Better be. All right. Okay. Now the horror's been done. Let's do the Redux.
This is the end.
22 years ago this summer, Francis Ford Coppola created a groundbreaking masterpiece. This summer, he's taking you further with an entirely new version featuring a wealth of footage that's never been seen before.
Everyone gets everything he wants. I wanted a mission, and for my sins, they gave me one.
Your mission is to proceed up the Nung River, pick up Colonel Kurtz's path at New Mung Ba, and terminate the Colonel's command.
Terminate with extreme prejudice.
You can get any place up that river that suits you, young captain.
If I say it's safe to surf this beach, Captain, it's safe to surf this beach. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. It smells like victory.
We're going upriver about 75 clicks.
That's Cambodia, Captain.
Incoming! Just get us upriver. Who's the commanding officer here?
Ain't you?
Marlon Brando, Robert Duvall, Martin Sheen, Lawrence Fishburne, Dennis Hopper, and Harrison Ford. You may have been up the river, but you've never seen this.
I'm a soldier. You're an errand boy. Sent by grocery clerks.
The horror. I'm just like Marlon Brando. That's how good an actor I am. Did you see me absolutely nail that?
So, Apocalypse Now, Paul.
Superb, wasn't it?
So
I sat through that with the biggest sheet-eating grin I've had it for years because I knew I'm just sitting there. I had the popcorn. I did the whole thing. Got the popcorn, the drinks and everything like that. Sat